Hi, I'm Mark Hanson. I live in Cananum, part of Concord at 340 Holdenwood Road. And I want to talk to you about how to keep mosquitoes and ticks away without having to use pesticides. So we'll start with mosquitoes. By the way, Cananum is a woodsy area and it has a lot of mosquitoes. And so here's the deal with mosquitoes. First of all, if you're going to have a party outside, which we did a couple of years ago, we spray mosquito barrier around, which is garlic juice. Now that sounds pretty simple, but actually mosquitoes are very sensitive to smell, and this basically drives the mosquito's sensory organs crazy so that it can't find people. It finds us by detecting small amounts of carbon dioxide in the air, and the smell of garlic overwhelms that ability. And we'll come back to that with ticks too, but in a minute. So use this around the edge. And then if you want to trap mosquitoes, which is a very satisfying thing to do, take a bucket of water, put some vegetation inside of it, and then add what's called a mosquito dunk, a portion of one. And these dunks contain a bacterium which will kill the mosquito larvae. So the nice thing about the fetid water, which smells bad, is that mosquitoes love that as a place to put their eggs because the fetid water has food for the larvae, and the mosquitoes know that. What they don't know is that we've also put a bacterium in there that will kill the larvae once they start to feed. Now, moving on to ticks. With ticks, the best defense, first of all, is to wear clothing so that you can put your feet, you can put your socks, you can put your trousers inside your socks, so there's no way for the tick to crawl in on its own. And then you take a simple compound like, in this case, off, but any mosquito repellent that contains, say, 25% DEET, and you spray it just a little bit on the socks. And that has the same effect on ticks that the garlic did on the mosquitoes. It drives the ticks nuts. They can't stand the smell, and they will not crawl further up your body. The second thing you can do for deer ticks is to make your own tick tubes. And that's easy. You take some cotton, and you take a toilet paper tube, and you put the cotton inside the tube. You stuff it in. And then you take some permethrin, which you can buy at any outdoor store. Permethrin is an insecticide, and you spray it on the cotton. Now, why do we do this? It's because the most dangerous form of the deer tick is the nymph. And the nymphs live on mice, and mice like cotton for their nests. So you basically make a poisonous nest for the mouse to crawl into. It doesn't hurt the mouse because it's an insecticide. But any mites that are hanging on to, any ticks, that are hanging on to the mouse, like a nymph, that spend the evening in the nice cozy mouse nest that's poisonous, die. And so you significantly reduce the number of ticks available in the area. So using those two techniques, you're all set. Thanks.